My PC upgrade is now complete, so let's cut straight to the numbers. In the COH2 Performance test, I nearly doubled my frame rates across the board, a truly excellent result. I shoutcasted a long 3v3 to test it out as well, and while the late game performance was improved, it is still far from perfect. The COH3 Performance test results are not as impressive, measuring between 12 and 57% faster depending on the category. I did 3 tests and took an average because what the AI does run to run varies by quite a lot in this test. Here is an example of what the graphs look like for each performance category. One of my main goals with this upgrade was to eliminate the annoying stutters I would get when playing COH3, and these stutters almost always appeared during the most hectic moments of gameplay, which compounded my frustration. And on that front, it's so far so good. I've completed 4 COH3 streams, and those stutters have been banished, which is a great relief. For those that are interested, now I will give a rundown of the parts and why I selected them. Do note that a lot of these choices are influenced by what is actually available in New Zealand, since we have a smaller range of parts than other markets do. For the CPU, I got AMD's 9950X3D. I wanted a 3D V-cache processor because they are the best for games, and I wanted a lot of cores, because for certain video production tasks in the past, I've regretted only getting the 12-core 5900X. For the motherboard, I wanted one with good VRMs to feed this beefy CPU. This MSI one has a great feature set, loads of USB ports, and was a good price, probably because it is 1 generation older. 64 gigs of RAM, because I have run into slowdowns in After Effects with only 32 gigs in the past, and 6000 MHz with low latencies is apparently the sweet spot for these processors. A 360mm all-in-one cooler, because this CPU is a bit too much for an air cooler to handle, and the Thermalright brand offers tremendous price to performance. The LANcool 216 case is one of the best performers in the testing of Gamers Nexus, and it has room for 2 hard drives, which is becoming far less common these days. This case and AIO combo is a bit louder than my old system was at idle, but it is much quieter when streaming. A 1000 watt power supply to give me some headroom for a GPU upgrade sometime in the distant future. This one had a good rating on the PSU tier list and was on sale. And finally, a big and fast SSD, because I'm going to be storing a lot of production assets on it. I brought my 7900 XT graphics card across with me, so I may as well discuss my experience with it so far, starting with all of the negatives. I had issues with VRR and high idle power draw for the first 6 months or so of ownership, but both of those have now been fixed with driver updates. The coil whine when gaming at high frame rates on this model can be annoying, but I hear that is pretty common for GPUs these days. And in Premiere Pro, motion graphics, which are shortened to MOGITs, don't seem to play back as well as my old GTX 1080 did, and they take longer to render, indicating there is a hardware acceleration issue, probably because I'm missing CUDA. Now for the positives of the 7900 XT, I find the 20 gigs of VRAM very handy, like when I have COH3 open at the same time as Premiere Pro, which I always do when making my patch videos. Just allows things to run really smoothly. And for gaming, no complaints. I have had no issues with crashing or things not running correctly, plus AMD's Adrenalin software is very good. So at this stage, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to all of those who made this upgrade possible, whether that be donating to the goal directly or becoming a YouTube channel member during that first month bonus period that YouTube were offering me. The channel ended up peaking at 95 members, which was very close to the maximum of 100. So yeah, I got a hefty bonus thanks to that. I do not plan on creating any more YouTube member exclusive videos, so feel free to cancel your memberships. And as for the keyboard upgrade, the final build for this PC went a little bit over budget, so I'll save that to be a Christmas present instead. So thanks again. Peace.